You formed a home, you raised a family, you faced a lot of challenges, and you have overcome and stayed together these 20 years. It takes a lot of commitment, and it takes a lot of dedication, and you're to be commended for it. I searched around for some advice to give you for the next 20 years, and there's all kinds of worldly wisdom around, and I looked at that and I thought, this is just not satisfying. And then I thought, okay, I've been married more than 50 years, so I could think up all the advice I could, from my own experience. And again, I thought, that is just not sufficient. So what I did was, I decided that the best advice we can get in this world comes from God. So I went to the Bible to get some wisdom. Now these scriptures applies to individual Christians, it applies to congregations sometimes, but I'm going to personalize it so that it applies directly to you for advice for the next 20 years. Accept one another, just as Christ also accepted us to the glory of God. Do not complain against one another, that you yourselves may not be judged. Behold, the judge is standing right at the door. Therefore confess your sins to one another and pray for one another, that you may be healed. Do not lie to one another, since you lay aside the old self with its evil practices. Pursue the things which make for peace and the building up of one another. Encourage one another. Build up one another. Live in peace with one another. Be devoted to one another in brotherly love, giving preference to one another in honor. Above all, keep fervent in your love for one another, because love covers a multitude of sins. Be hospitable to one another without complaint. An advice from Jesus. A new commandment I give you, that you love one another, even as I have loved you, that you may also love one another. And then finally, greet one another with a holy kiss. Now wait, that's just not sufficient here. So I'm going to go over to 1 Peter 5 and 14. It says, greet one another with a kiss of love. So you may kiss your bride of 20 years.
First, I'd like to say welcome to everybody and thank you for coming here to celebrate with us. Tanya is my life. Before I met her, I was in a very dark time with no hope. I was a little boat out on a stormy ocean. The winds were blowing and the waves were crashing. And I didn't know what I was doing or where I was going. And off in the distance, I see a light. He gave me direction. He gave me hope. My sail was broke, my oars were lost, but God took me to the lighthouse. And I thank God for that. Tanya has done so much to help so many people. She is my hero. We have a special number 214. 214. Because I love Tanya second only to God. And I don't love her first above all others. and I love her forever. And I wanted to find something about that in Scripture. And if you go to Luke 2:14, it says, "Glory be to God on the highest, on earth peace, goodwill towards men." And that's when our Savior came. In a lot of ways, Tanya was not Savior. She saved me. But I also like what it said in the Song of Solomon 2:14. It says, "O my dove, in the rock of the cliffs, in the secret places of the cliffs, let me see your face, and let me hear your voice. Your voice is sweet, and your face is lovely." I love you.
I should have went first. Mine wasn't that extravagant. Several years ago, I gave you a rock, which you carry in your pocket every day. This rock symbolizes how I feel about you in several ways. You're solid in your faith, and therefore encourage me to do the same. You're always there. You make it possible for me to go places and do things for others. Your dedication to continue working at one place for 25 years, to provide for your family, even though you'd rather be president of the United States. Just like a rock that's been held and polished over time, you become smoother, and not just your head, but and more compassionate, not for me, but for your family and others as well. To sum it up, you rock.
And with that, let's adjourn to the third floor.